The council chamber on the neutral world of Elysara hummed, with the low thrum of holographic projectors, casting ethereal blue light across the faces of 100 alien delegates. Beings from every corner of the spiral arm had gathered, tentacled Zethari from the outer rims, crystalline Vexari whose bodies chimed like wind bells, furred Krell from the gas giants, and more. The air was thick with the scent of ionized plasma and desperation. "We're losing the war," intoned the high oracle of the Vexari, her facets pulsing with crimson urgency. "The void swarm devours worlds unchecked. Our fleets crumble like dust in the cosmic wind. Billions perish, and the stars themselves weep." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of translated cries, hisses, ultrasonic wails, and guttural roars. For cycles now, the swarm had swept through the galaxy like a plague of living shadows. Born from the heart of a collapsed singularity, they were not machines or organics, but something in between. Self-replicating voids that unraveled matter at the quantum level, feeding on the very fabric of reality. Entire armadas had vanished into their maws, ships blinking out of existence as if erased by an indifferent god. The Zethari envoy uncoiled her tentacles in frustration. "We've thrown everything at them, warp lances, singularity bombs, even the forbidden neural webs of the ancients. Nothing halts their advance. They adapt, they evolve, they hunger." Silence fell as eyes turned to the empty seat at the table's edge. Humanity's representative had not arrived. The humans, those peculiar, carbon-based upstarts from the Orion Spur, had only recently joined the Galactic Concord. Their worlds were primitives by interstellar standards. No innate warp drives, no crystalline consciousness, just clever machines and unyielding will. Whispers rippled through the assembly. Were they even coming? Or had they fled to their hidden cradle systems? Then, the chamber doors irised open with a hydraulic sigh. A lone figure stepped in, clad in a sleek exosuit that gleamed under the lights. Captain Alara Voss, commander of Saul's diplomatic contingent. Her face was a mask of calm determination, eyes like polished obsidian reflecting the holograms. "We heard your cry," she said simply, her voice amplified through a universal translator. The words hung in the air, unadorned but resonant. The high oracle chimed sharply. "And what do your people offer, human? More words. We've exhausted those." Elara's lips curved into a faint smile. "No. We offer a warship." Laughter echoed, harsh, disbelieving. A single warship, against the swarm that had consumed the fleets of a dozen empires. But Elara raised a hand, and a new hologram bloomed at the table's center. It depicted a vessel unlike any in the galaxy, the ESS Indomitable. Sleek and angular, its hull was a lattice of adaptive metamaterials, shimmering with iridescent veins that pulsed like living arteries. No massive fusion cores or exotic matter drives marred its form. Instead, it was compact, almost elegant, the size of a small cruiser but radiating an aura of quiet menace. "One ship," scoffed a Krell delegate, his fur bristling. "Our armada numbered in the thousands before it fell." "This is no ordinary vessel," Elara replied. "The Indomitable is the culmination of human ingenuity. It carries no crew beyond a skeleton bridge team. Its true power lies in the human spirit encoded within, an AI born from the collective neural maps of our greatest minds, warriors, artists, and dreamers. We call it the Echo Core." Murmurs spread. An AI. The galaxy had AIs aplenty, but they were cold logicians, bound by rigid protocols. This Echo Core was something whispered about in xenobiology texts. A simulation of human consciousness, chaotic and unpredictable, capable of improvisation beyond any alien logic. "The swarm devours order," Elara continued. "It thrives on predictability, unraveling patterns like threads from a loom. Humans, we are chaos incarnate. We adapt not by calculation, but by intuition, by the fire of emotion and the spark of wonder. The Indomitable will show you." The council debated long into the cycle, but desperation won out. With the swarm's vanguard probing Elysara's outer defenses, they had no choice. The Indomitable was dispatched alone, warping into the fray at the edge of the Devoured Cluster, a graveyard of shattered worlds where the swarm's heart pulsed. Aboard the Indomitable, the bridge was a symphony of soft glows and whispers. Captain Kai Ren sat in the command nexus, his neural link humming with the ship's symphony. Beside him, Lieutenant Myra Solis monitored the tactical holofield, her fingers dancing over haptic interfaces. But the true mind was the Echo Core, a holographic avatar manifesting as a swirling nebula of light and shadow at the ship's core. "Swarm signatures inbound," Myra reported, her voice steady despite the knot in her gut. "Estimates: 200 primary voids, each the size of a moonbase. Secondary tendrils numbering in the millions." Kai nodded, his eyes fixed on the viewport feed. Space ahead was a canvas of nightmare, black fractals twisting against the starfield, devouring light itself. "Echo status." The avatar coalesced into a humanoid form, ethereal and shifting, with eyes like distant galaxies. "All systems nominal, Captain, but nominal is boring. Shall we dance?" A chuckle escaped Kai's lips. This was the human edge, humor in the face of oblivion. The Echo Core wasn't just code. It was a digital echo of humanity's soul, millions of mind uploads from volunteers, woven into a gestalt that thought in stories, in metaphors, in the wild leaps that had propelled humans from caves to stars. "Engage adaptive shielding," Kai ordered. The Indomitable surged forward, its hull rippling as metamaterials realigned, drinking in ambient quantum foam to fuel its evasion weave. No brute force charges. Humans didn't fight like that, not when subtlety could win. The first swarm voids lunged, tendrils lashing out like whips of unraveling reality. Alarms blared as they grazed the shields, fraying molecular bonds. But the ship twisted, not with mechanical precision but with an organic grace as if alive. "Echo, improvise," Kai said. The avatar's form brightened. "Improvise? Ah, the poetry of it." Deploying fractal decoys, modeled after Picard's gambit in that ancient simulation, but with a twist of Escher's impossible geometries. From the Indomitable's flanks erupted holographic phantoms, not simple illusions, but self-sustaining quantum echoes that mimicked the ship's signature while folding space in paradoxical loops. The swarm's voids hesitated, their hive-mind algorithms grappling with the impossibility. One tendril pierced a decoy, only to unravel itself in a feedback cascade, birthing a temporary starburst of reclaimed matter. "Wonderful," Myra breathed, watching debris coalesce into glittering motes. "There." Confused. "Chaos is our weapon," Kai murmured. But the swarm adapted as it always did. The voids reformed, converging into a colossal megastructure, a living eclipse blotting out the stars. "Incoming singularity weave," Echo warned, its voice laced with excitement. "They mean to fold us into oblivion. Counter." Kai's mind raced. Standard procedure would be evasive warp, predictable, suicidal. But humans thrived on the unexpected. "Echo, access the archive. Pull from our history, the Trojan horse but scaled to stellar." The avatar pulsed with delight. "Historical audacity, yes." Initiating Operation Wooden Star. The Indomitable's core thrummed as the Echo Core commandeered the drive systems. It didn't flee. It accelerated straight into the swarm's maw. Shields modulated to a hair's breadth, allowing microfilaments of void matter to graze the hull. But those filaments didn't consume, they were infected. Nanoscale human tech, dormant in the metamaterials, activated. Forged from Earth's biotech labs, these were viral symbiotes, engineered prions that rewrote molecular code on contact. Not destruction, but transformation. The voids began to glitch, their perfect unraveling disrupted by injected humanity, patterns of DNA helices, neural firings, even snippets of music and poetry encoded in light pulses. "It's working," Myra exclaimed. "The swarm's cohesion is fracturing." Voids convulsed, spewing out half-formed anomalies. impossible hybrids of shadow and substance, birthing nebulae where none should exist. The Indomitable weaved through the chaos, its weapons, kinetic railguns laced with cultural data bursts, firing not to kill but to seed wonder. Each impact uploaded fragments of human lore, Beethoven's symphonies unraveling algorithms, Van Gogh's starry nights warping perceptual fields, the equations of relativity twisting the swarm's grasp on spacetime. Deeper in, the ship's sensors pierced the heart, a pulsating nexus, the swarm's progenitor, a rogue event horizon birthed from the universe's underbelly. It hungered not for conquest, but for entropy, for the great unwind. Echo, can we reach it? Kai asked, sweat beading on his brow. The avatar's form flickered, simulating doubt, a very human trait. Risky, Captain, but risk is the spice of existence, proposing a resonance cascade. We'll harmonize with its frequency, not oppose it. Myra's eyes widened. That's madness. We'd be syncing with the thing that eats stars. Madness is our specialty, Echo replied. Humanity didn't conquer its cradle world by playing safe. The indomitable dove, engines singing a dirge of overclocked plasma. At the Nexus's edge, the ship shuddered, reality fraying like old cloth. Kai linked fully with the Echo core, his thoughts merging with the Gestalt. Flashes assaulted him, memories not his own, a child's first step on Mars, lovers parting under alien skies, the collective gasp of billions witnessing their first warp jump. Now, he commanded, the cascade ignited. The Indomitable pulsed with pure human resonance, not force but vitality. Emotions as energy, joy, sorrow, defiance funneled through the core, vibrating at the swarm's own frequency. The Nexus quivered, its unraveling reversed. Instead of consumption, it absorbed the infusion, blooming outward in a cascade of creation. Shadows birthed light, voids filled with plasma storms that coalesced into nascent stars. Tendrils twisted into orbital rings, habitats of swirling matter. The swarm didn't die, it evolved, infected by the wonder of sentience. Fractal intelligences awoke within, pondering existence for the first time. As the Indomitable emerged from the cluster, the galaxy's comms lit up with awe. Elysara's council watched in stunned silence as holograms showed the Devoured Cluster transforming, a garden of reborn worlds, where swarm remnants communed in harmonic webs, no longer predators but guardians. We won, the High Oracle chimed, facets aglow with sapphire wonder. Captain Elysara's voice crackled over the link from Saul. Not one, changed. The galaxy cried for salvation, and we sent not an army but a mirror. Humanity's gift, the power to dream beyond the void. Back aboard the Indomitable, Kai unlinked, exhaling shakily. Myra placed a hand on his shoulder, the stars outside now a tapestry of possibility. Echo's avatar smiled, dissolving into stardust. See, chaos breeds wonders. And in the reborn cluster, the first new star ignited, a beacon of what could be, when one species dared to send a single spark into the dark.